One of the things that's so amazing about locks is that they're all so unique because our hair is so unique. It's almost like a fingerprint. I learned how lucky we are to have that kind of opportunity to express ourselves.
The most beautiful things in life are always the hardest to accomplish. But if you put your mind to it, King, you can achieve anything. And when it really matters, do whatever you gotta do to conquer the problem.
Whoever you are, whatever you face with, stand up tall, give it your all, determination.
You put everything on the line to do what's right.
Marshalle and Lazar favors two of my favorite Detroiters. Welcome back to American Black Journal.
Thank you, Steve. How you been, man? Appreciate
good.
being back. Thank you very much.
So, Lazar, I'm going to start with you. Congratulations on the third annual Detroit Black Film Festival, but also bigger congratulations on the opening night film, which you're partnering with the Motown Museum to show Lady Sings the Blues on its 50th anniversary.
Yeah,
that is a big event.
that's a huge deal, man. Shout out to Robin over at the museum. We were discussing this over a year ago, and we just thought it would be great. It was just timing. It was the 50th anniversary. It was our festival. It was like, hey, let's just mesh those two things together and let's see what we get out of it. So our opening night ceremony is Lady Sings the Blues film. But anybody who knows, anybody from Detroit should know who's in that film, and that's Diana Ross. It's one of the films produced by Motown Records and Barry Gordy. So we're excited about it, man. We're super excited about it. Yeah. And it's at the Charles H. Wright Museum. You can't ask for much more than that.
Yeah, right. So I feel like it's a perfect sort of coming together of all the things that make the Detroit Black Film Festival special. This idea of the voice and the culture and the arts that come out of Detroit into the film industry.
Absolutely, man. You know, we're very intentional about our experiences, our narratives, and our culture. And that's our tagline for Detroit Black Film Festival. We're very serious about that. And this just helps build that awareness, and it marries very well for us. So we were excited when me and Robin talked about it. We were just super excited, like, wow, this is like a big deal overall. And for it to be our third year, it's like this is how you show up. You know, I feel like this is how you show up. This is how partnerships are great. This is how you show up. So it was, then Ford Foundation came on with us also and help push that narrative. So it's just a great thing happening this year.
Yeah, and I won't say how old that makes me if this film is 50 years old.
I won't talk about it either. The film came out a year after I was born.
That's right. Marshalle, talk about the other films that we'll be celebrating this year.
Well, we have 86 films from 14 different countries. And I'm just really, really excited because the genres are all over the board. We have documentaries, action drama. We have a lot of short films for folks to enjoy. And what's really exciting about it also is the fact that we have to always represent our own. So we have 14 films from Metro Detroiters as well. And so it's going to be an exciting time.
So when you talk about films from folks here in Detroit, for a lot of them, this is a big break. I mean, this is their chance for other people to see their films. They may not get other chances. I know that is, Marshalle, one of the things that you guys are really focused on here is lifting up folks who otherwise wouldn't see that lift.
I think that's like the number one reason that we have the film festival really is to give a voice to filmmakers and artists and to just really connect audiences with artists so that they have not only a chance to experience their film, but have a dialogue really and to have people come together and to talk about the films. That's my favorite part. My favorite part is connecting with the audiences and connecting with the directors.
Yeah. I want to have you, Marshalle, also talk just a little about what's gone on in the last 3 years and what effect you see, not just in the film industry, but of course with African Americans in the film industry. We know that when things get set back, they get set back further for us. Talk about the pandemic and coming out of it, what we can expect.
Well, I think that the pandemic really gave us a chance to shift, right? And we were able to virtually connect with audiences, even that we wouldn't have been able to connect with before, and have a different type of experience. One thing that the pandemic did also was just, I think because of the uprisings, because of George Floyd and everything that was going on socially and politically, it gave artists a chance to really think about their art and the type of narratives that they wanted to put out there. And as I mentioned before about dialogues, it really helped us to connect in a way that we really needed to connect during the pandemic. Oh my goodness, so much has changed, even in terms of audiences and eyes and broadening audiences for African American stories. And so I think that like there's no limit. Like now we've seen like achievements from that we haven't seen like in the past years. And so that's opened up opportunities and doors for artists to just expand their work and have even more eyes and ears on it. And I think going forward, you're just going to see more great content.
I want to, before we end, give you a chance to talk about what your favorite film is that's showing. And I know that's asking somebody to choose among their children, but talk about something that you think people have to see.
I'll say this. Sons of Toledo is an amazing short film, and an amazing short film. That's a must-see film. If these locks could talk, a must-see film. The Woodstock of House, must-see film. And there's several other ones. You know, it's a lot. Again, it's a lot. Oh, Black Daddy is a must-see film documentary. I'm suggesting all fathers, grandfathers, uncles, cousins, sons see this film. It's a great film.
Yeah. I know it's an unfair question, but I'm going to ask it of you too. Tell me which films people have to get out and see this year.
Oh, you're not gonna put me in that box. He'll go ahead and tell you his opinions. But I say across the board, you know, I'm not gonna play any favorites. Come see the movies. Come see all of them. But I will say this: that we were really, really excited to have a film by Sir Steve McQueen. It's a short film, and it's opening the festival. One of the films that are opening the festival, and it's about prostate cancer and dialogues in the African American community around that subject. So I'm going to be neutral ground here. I'm going to say, come see the films.
Come see them all, right? All right, Marshalle and Lazar Favors, congratulations again on the festival, and thanks so much for joining us here on American Black.
Thank you, Stephen.
Thank you for having us.